If you took the time to walk campus one day, if you had a moment to look around, take a peek in a classroom, on the court, in a lab, the library. If you stopped one night to see a show, night. The lights are just as bright here at night. If you look at our name, Lorain County Community College, and if you focus in on the middle, community, you see how it reflects on who we are. In the eyes of our youth and in the wisdom of our seniors, in the spirit of possibility and the promise of a future, the promise of a chance, community, you, me, we, here. Esperanza Correa is a Navy veteran, retired at the age of 28 from the service. The Navy was all she knew when she came here.
When I got out, I was completely lost. I was completely confused. I didn't know who I was. I always tell my students that you've made the hardest step already. You've took the first step, and that's exactly what I did when I walked into LCCC. And everything else was completely smooth. They helped me find myself, direct me to who I am and where I want to go.
Sometimes where you want to go isn't really where you end up. Ann Paxton graduated from Lake Ridge Academy and went off to college to study art in New York. Today she's here, a mechatronics student and a Nordson intern at the Desich Smart Center.
I'm learning how to bond or weld with wire that's thinner than a human hair. And all of those applications that I'm learning, everything that's so tiny that I'm learning, can be used in every field. It can be used in the health field, in military, in personal electronics. Anyone who's wearing a Fitbit today or has a smartphone, I will be making the chip that is inside your device, and I think that's so cool.
Marty Eggleston was the epitome of cool, a 7-foot basketball star. He spent over a decade playing professionally in Europe. Then one day life happened, and he found himself the single father of 4 girls. Basketball was over for him as a player, but not as a coach, and not as a leader of young minds. He uses his life as a reference when he coaches kids here.
Even though I went to college on a basketball scholarship, not going to college wasn't an option in my household. My father is a PhD. My father also spent 17 years as my pastor, so he was a guide. My mother spent 40 years in the same position as a social worker, and so there was always guidance there. And so I kind of used that to give these young fellas that an understanding that you need to find someone that you can attach yourself to who can give you an understanding of what path to take next.
The paths that we all walk, or run, or wander through in our lives are different, but they're the same. David Ramos was 15 when he became a father, and again when he was 19. He worked in a butcher shop for 14 years to support his young family. Then he made a choice.
When I was 28, I needed a change. I was kind of reaching a plateau where I was at for years with the job. There was no growth, and they were downsizing, and I just didn't really see a future. And taking that step, just like you said, that was the hardest one. It really was. But once you take that step and you move forward with it, everything else has kind of fell into place. I loved coming here. I remember walking in the courtyard my first semester and just feeling just like this is where I need to be. And it's a decision that for me, for my life, for my kids, it's a decision that I will make time and time again.
Time and again. It's what Frank Whitfield kept coming back to. The time when he was a straight-A student, and again when he was not. The thought of his freshman year here.
So my GPA just slowly went down, and when I came here to the community college, I really wasn't ready for college. I had still some of those very poor habits I had picked up. And after hitting rock bottom, I really started to question life.
Frank found faith. He discovered himself again. Today, he's the president of Lorain County's Urban League, and at 28 years old, the youngest CEO of the 100 urban leagues in the United States. We all have it in us, the ability to pull ourselves up. Claudia Lubaski, our own honored associate professor in accounting, once upon a time dropped out of college, changed direction, came back, worked 2 jobs, worked weekends, raised 2 children. She's lived it, and she knows what we have here.
If you do like to help people, this college doesn't say, okay, we've put this initiative in place, we're done, we're helping people. It's always another new one and always trying to find better ways to continue to help more and more people in community.
There's that word again, community. We are your community's college, in our values, our mission, in our vision. In what you see, we hope you see we, you and me, you. Look across campus. You may find yourself. And at Lorain County Community College, we think you will.